we got no any keys. We were able to sign around the back. I'm not sure whether we've got that literally just had kickoff, so you step in. Rugby part. This is Rabbitohs V University. Dennis is our referee today. Roland is hopefully getting me a laptop and camera, and we'll see what we can do about getting this. On this no scoreboard, and that's this is the whistle. I think it's not working very well. Put on camera in a second, and I'll get the last set up and I'll try and switch over and get up time. So you're going to have to do some talking as well. Roland's out, so we'll I'll stick some technical stuff and Roland to go over again on camera. Hello. So I think I'll that one. Swing on. Doesn't matter. They've lost the ball anyway. A little pass. Cheek will throw away. Yep. Right away. Yeah. On the other. Got time. Jimmy has to take. There, takes it and kicks it down my side. had a try. Yes, full condition. Yeah. Basically, doing some of the ups and all that. But, yeah. So, for half right, full swing. As you can see, it's between Pirates and the Darwin Rugby Union. Up there, back home, come about to Rugby Park. Right. They have fun.
a few minutes now we have change over. Is the rest of the equipment. So yeah, you'll see a bit of disruption going on. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry if you're just joining us on Facebook for the delayed start there. We were here, but we couldn't get into the room to get the equipment out, so we're using my temporary setup, which takes a while to get all these things configured. We're now running on the primary stuff. There'll just be a bit of a camera wobble while Roland and myself switch the tripod round. The score I'll update is University 12, South 0, kick to come. The timer's right, didn't get the scoreboard right before I switched computer, should have done. So this is B grade, so that'll be the second try for Uni in only a few minutes. They're doing pretty good here, their backs had a lovely try earlier. And if you needed to see the beginning of the game, it should be on YouTube. And afterwards, you can go back and review it there. Sorry about the Facebook stream. We're up now, and we'll be with you till the end of the A grade game. And I'm just going to go and do a bit of camera configuring while we've got a bit of a break. Pirates had the ball there, but they'll get the scrum put in anyway. South B grade under a bit of pressure here. Straight back in their own half. Pirates have the put in. They're already 14 points down. I know that's not what the scoreboard said, but I was changing cameras in my defence. You probably knew a better score than I did. Particular shout out to Jimmy, who always likes to see himself on video. That's him for putting the ball in. To the South scrum, ignore me, it wasn't a Pirate scrum. Jimmy Dassel to Evan Needham. South have the ball, and they've been given space, they've been given a gap. He's not going to make it, and the support's only there in the form of Chief, who thinks Evan gets there, but he's too late. There was a loss forward, I think, in there, and yeah, ref's seen something. Well, that's a bit more like it. I misread that whole setup, so it was South scrum, good attacking run by South, poor defence by Uni. South will have the put in again. See if we can get some points back on the board. Now obviously, there's someone here to speak up on behalf of Pirates. No, there isn't. Never is, mate. Marty, where are you? Probably running the line as he usually is. So Marty did all the Pirates commentary for us last year. He's very good at it. Hopefully he'll be retired from presidential duties and important water carrying duties and team sheet duties to come up back here towards the finals and give us a chat. That number one looks new to me. I don't know. Roland, who's number one? Hopefully you heard that on the camera mic, because I didn't. It's not Kim. Don't think. He was hanging around up here 5 minutes ago. So we thought it was Kim, actually. But I thought it wasn't Kim, because I know... Because Kim was standing here not in his kit about 5 minutes ago helping us. So so Kim Williams not playing. Ralphie takes the ball in. Good to see Ralph back on the field. Now South's got a penalty. Jimmy takes it quickly. I think that was Yolo running in there. Yolo, our resident Welshman. Been here many years playing for South. Still speaks just as Welsh as he did when he got here. I know he was asking about the B grade game last week, so he'll probably be watching this one later and I'll get an earful next time I see him. South still not over the line. They still got the ball though. Jimmy looking to send it. He's held up, meters out. Ball comes back. Head down, still no way over there. Around the outside. Now that got to the line, but I don't think he made it down. So Dennis is bringing us back. So South still have the ball. Chance to get the few points on the board here. Oh, that was a big hit. And some aggressive thing. I think they've lost the ball there. Yep, it's going to come out on the Pirates side. It's not made touch. And a very unlucky, well, very lucky bounce. I was about to say unlucky bounce, but no one's going to catch him from there, even at walking pace. And he's got pretty long legs, so I don't think he's going to need it. Well, that didn't go the way South wanted. Or I wanted, if I'm honest. The good news is he's probably knackered after all that run. So we've got quite a nice breeze coming from the north. That's the left-hand side. Forecast wasn't for much, but if we get a sea breeze here at this tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to have fun because my boat will go like an absolute train in this weather. However, I think the course is lousy for this wind direction. Typical, really, isn't it? So Chief there in the green headband running interference. I noticed as soon as he set off, and I'm sure it was accidental, he says, wearing a South shirt, there was a great big squirt of off-putting water into the air as he set off from the line. Like I said, pure accident, I'm sure. Chief's probably B-grade captain, I don't know, either Jimmy or Chief. Chief in the number 23, playing on the wing. Jimmy Dassel in the 19. Nah, I'm good, thanks. Bit of indecision, who's going to get that? Yolo got a hand to that, so it's gone off of South's hand. Well charged down, but...
taking Pirates a bit of time to realise it's their ball. Got a few new faces in that South team. I don't know. That beard is not one of them. Oh, he nearly got his hand to it. Yolo takes it. Ralphie takes it in. I think someone's managed to talk Ralphie out of playing on the wing. He likes the wing. That's gone back as far as I'm concerned. And I think that came forward. Well, I don't know. There's got to be a knock on in there somewhere. Yeah. Oh. So I was right. It went backwards. And that other little one came forward off a Pirate hand and then onto a South player, which is why it actually ended up going right. But South will have the put in. I'll update the scoreboard instead of chatting to you. So the actual score is 21-0. Bit unlucky there for South, but you get that when you're on a serious attack. It's very easy to have a breakaway try just after you've been stymied. So Ralph going off there. Didn't see anyone come on. Did anyone come on, Roland? So typical B grade. Someone goes off. We don't have anyone to go on. If the mic goes quiet, I've been shanghaied. So he's looking down at his well-worn thongs and total lack of boots. Oh, straight through the gap. There's one man to beat. He falls over. Has he got the legs? He'll make the line, but will he get over it? Yes, he does. And South finally get on the board. I now realise I've been running this scoreboard completely backwards. I'm sorry, I was ready today, but none of the kit was, and I am... Okay, you probably heard me checking everything's working on my phone there and listening to myself on YouTube. I apologise for that scoreboard. I got here and couldn't get at any of the club equipment, so I had to use whatever of mine was lying around, and it's still set up for sailing. So we started off on one camera with my little portable setup, and then we had to switch over, and somewhere in the middle I've managed to put the wrong scores for the wrong team. So the correct score is now displayed. There's just over 7 minutes to go in the first half. It's 21 to the University, 5 to South, kick to come. Jimmy Didassel lining up on the kick there in a number 19 shirt. And in true dramatic rugby union style, the ball has fallen over. And that's straight over the black dot, no doubt about it. So if you want to come up here and experience Northern Territory rugby, you're probably going to need a hire car. So go to JJ's Car Hire. Not only does the man kick very well, he hires cars as well. Does mechanical with his offsider Brett. He's done work on my car. In fact, if I hadn't been... does Roland's car as well. Good run by Ralph there. Yeah, Ralph, you were wasted on the wing. So breaks the first tackle, nearly drops it in the offload. Someone gets there. They've got a lot of people out there. Oh, Jimmy gets a hand to it. I mean, it'll just be the knock on. He was trying to grab it. Juggle it would have been a better description. While we're waiting for the scrum, we'll have another look at that. So they've got the numbers there. And instead of going for his man, Jimmy goes for the intercept. And if he'd got it, that would have been a try. But not quite there. So instead of a try, we'll just go with the knock-on. University put in. Uncontested scrum. That's what happens when you play a winger in the front row. Well, there are two schools of thought on this. Ralph thinks he's a winger. So there's a whole posse here, and he avoids being bundled into touch. Nicely settled down. Oh, there's a knock on in there, and I didn't expect a pass to come out of that little pirouette either. Especially off a big fella, you just wouldn't, would you? Now, when I try and do passes like that in B grade, I got a stern lecture, even if it was touch. Mostly because if I ever tried to do anything like that, there is no way it was ever coming off. So the guy in the number 1 shirt, who I mistook for a prop, appears to be one of the centres. We don't know him. We're going to call him Kim's replacement. Kim Mark II. He's got the ball again. He's got good hands. He's made it through the line. Unfortunately, he was so far ahead of his own... he got so far through the line that he was a bit vulnerable when it came to that. But Souths have the penalty. And that's a good kick. That's gone way down the field. So the scoreboard definitely favouring Pirates. And Tom can't do the scoreboard today. I promised to get someone else in to do this. So it's actually 7-25. But Souths already clearly not happy with that score. One of them was a breakaway try when they were just about to score. It was I described it as unlucky bounce, but it turned out to be a fantastically lucky bounce. It was so unlucky it bounced all the way back into the chasing University Pirate who took it over the line. So no ball boys here today at B grade. I did see one of Ev's kids earlier, so presumably they'll get shanghaied into doing it for B grade, for A grade. Newcastle there, climbing over the family law. Sponsors logo. Got some new ones over there by the looks of it. Hunt and Hunt. So plenty of job. You got legal troubles? Just get a name off the board over here. They're all there. Northern Territory Government grants, always particularly good source if you're a good sports club. I think we all are. No cigarette vendors, no gambling facilities here. Okay, so yeah, proper half-time scoreboard. We've never had an A-grade game where my scoreboard's still got time on the clock when the ref blows the whistle, but here at B-grade, Dennis fancies a break. I don't blame him. The wet season came back. It's a bit sticky again out here. It was beautifully cool last week, and it was really hot and sticky out on the harbour last night. No blimmin' wind either. There goes the official hooter, remarkably close to the time on mine. Same about the score. We'll have a go and replay what we had going there. Not made touch, and a very unlucky, well, very lucky bounce. I was about to say unlucky bounce, but no one's going to catch him from there, even at walking pace. He's got pretty long legs, so I don't think he's going to need it. Well, that didn't go the way South wanted, or I wanted, if I'm honest. The good news is he's probably knackered after all that run. Straight through the gap. One man's feet. He falls over. Has he got the legs? He'll make the line, but will he get over it? Yes, he does. He nearly drops it in the offload. Someone gets there. We've got a lot of people out there. Oh, Jimmy gets a hand to it. I mean, it'll just be the knock on. He was trying to grab it. Juggle it to the best. Okay. Team's just coming back onto the field after half-time. Dennis, the ref, there with the ball under his arm, waiting for him. Won't be the first time he's been kept waiting at B grade. Won't be the last. So I've just tried to get refreshments, and there aren't any. And there was no one on the gate when I got here, and there was no one with the keys to the office when I got here. And I've just worked out why. So I will share it with all of you because it's a good shoe-in to some news. So that big building next door and those little patches of emerald grass right alongside it and those new lights, that's Warren Park. That's the South's home ground. This is supposed to be a South's home game. Yeah, go back to the action, mate. But Warren Park's not ready yet. So our home game will be next weekend. And this explains why there's no staff or much set up here at Rugby Park today, is because this was scheduled to be the first game back at Warren Park for South Darwin. So on behalf of Souths, I'd particularly like to thank St John's Catholic College in the Gardens down there on Salakoa Street. For the last 18 months, 2 seasons at least, we've been training down there. They let us use their field and their facilities while Warren Park was being redeveloped. I think the last training down there was on Thursday. It was a great venue. Big thank you to St John's College. First training at Warren Park is scheduled for Tuesday. If you're a South player and you're at the wrong place, well, check with the Facebook group or Jimmy. Don't phone him up. It annoys him when he puts things on Facebook and you phone him. We all do it. South's in a good attacking position here. Spinksy. It's almost like Pirates were in slow motion there. Now, it's a shame you couldn't get that away. There were 2 guys outside him and plenty of space. They've got the penalty anyway. They're all bunched up in the middle of the field, so nearly the entire team is in shot at the moment. So that'll be with the forwards for the moment. Yolo has it. So we will have probably a mobile live stream from the roof of my car next week. I don't even know what pitch we're playing on out there. I was intending to get down here early today and go and have a look at Warren Park and decide how I'm going to set up for next week, but better be on the safe side. Come and enjoy some proper South Darwin Rabbitohs hospitality at the newly refurbished Warren Park. Now the home of NT Rugby League, so we might as well show up a bit by putting some rugby union on there straight away. I don't get me wrong, I love rugby league, but you don't get the sort of drama we had here earlier when the ball fell off the kicking tee. You just don't get that kind of thing with rugby league. It's just not the same. South's looking very confident so far in this half. South's looking overconfident starting this half. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was a lovely bat. It just went straight over the other guy's head because he just went. He was probably busy laughing and being sarcastic, same as me. But let's have a look at that while we're waiting for the line out. The line out's forming slowly. Billy Armistead in there, Spinksy's in there. Don't think he was here for the first half, probably couldn't get off work. So yeah, the hooker wasn't in position, now he is. Probably wasn't a hooker yesterday. Probably doesn't think he's a hooker now. That's gone straight to Evan, who grabs it neatly. No way through there. Runs straight into the arms of 2 big fellas. Souths have the ball. Ralphie, you carry on playing like that, you're never going back on the wing. You're doing fine in the forwards there, my man. And he throws it back in field, but too late. Arms out. South take it quickly. Jimmy has it. Yolo's trying to run it in. He makes good yards, good strong legs from the Welshman. Look at that. Crash ball by Ralphie. And he gets the penalty. Holds up but goes out. He nearly ping-ponged his way through the middle there. Ping-pong's probably not the right word. That was more pinball. Yolo called back. Doesn't make the line anyway. I might have to switch back from this replay for the real heights, so I'm getting ready. No, there's an explanation going on. We've all been explained that, often by Dennis. In my case, it didn't work. Doesn't look like it worked any better on the university bloke. Yep. He's been called back in for a scrum. No. Yeah, it didn't work, so he's trying again. Now Jimmy knows all there is to know about rugby. Knows all the rules. Not going to help him because the rest of the B grade team haven't got a blooming clue usually, because I knew about half of them. And the reason I don't know what most of the penalties the refs are handing out is I don't know what the red penalties the refs are handing out are. Free lesson for the B graders there. And there's a lovely dummy in there, and it offloaded, and Yolo still wants that try. Yolo really wants that try. And Ralphie misses the crash ball. Get a hand to it. Oh, Pirate's got a hand to it, and he's got away. He won't get there. He's got support. He might get there. Chief's quick, but he's got a lot to do. Nah. So another breakaway try by Pirates there. Sorry about that scoreboard. I never got the timer started. It's now fixed. What we need is someone who spends less time looking at the rugby and more time looking at the laptop. But I do that for a living, nine days a week. Feels like 9. 5 days a week. And it's much more fun to look at what's going on the pitch. So why have I got uni at 30? So I'm no longer sure of the scores. I've gone too far. So it's 28-7, including that kick, I think. according to the official scoreboard, and we'll go with that because we've established that I can't operate one. Yeah, hi Kevin over in Vietnam. Nice talking to you. Like I said, we think the place probably wasn't open because this is supposed to be a South's home game, as I think I tried to explain. But we were all good now. It will all be open next week, Warren Park. Even if we have to bring eskies and stuff in ourselves, it'll be a great day. Always is a South's home game. I suspect that Rugby Park isn't open because it's supposed to be closed today. And when we get our field back, we'll be all good. Government-run project. Only a week late. Pretty good, really. There's a certain amount of complaint that I don't live stream many of the B grade games. There's a reason for that. I used to play B grade, and that's part of the reason I'm distracted. I kind of wish I was standing the other side of the sidelines, really. I've got a crook back and I'm old and I'm fat, and it'll probably kill me. But yeah, nice afternoon sunshine like this. I know they've got no bench. Don't think University have missed a line out yet on their own ones. So this could be the nail in South's coffin. Assuming they decide how many people they want in. They've not gone all in. Traditional, that point on the line. Didn't go 5 meters. Oh dear. Oh. Alright. So it didn't go 5 meters, but there's some other rule I don't know. Now, I'm sure that in his career, Dennis has been on many courses and knows many things. And there's a try. But I don't know how long ago that throw-in was. Maybe it's enough that it'll be on my 20-second replay. We'll have a look. But I don't think he jumped twice. I know you're not allowed to do that in the line-out. Normally speaking, you can't throw the ball straight to a guy who's 3 meters away. It's got to go further than that 5 meter line when the throw in goes. I've been pinged on that. Even I understand that one. So I think there's another score or two in this Souths team. I'm guessing that little chat there was the fact that they don't understand the rules any better than I do. They're not trying to commentate on YouTube, however. So another good conversion. There's a bit more breeze than there was last week. You can see the trees moving in the background. Well, you would be able to if they were in shot. Jimmy, did I sort of kick off for Souths? That's catchable. Oh, that's come forward off the shoulder of the Pirates player, I think. Souths have it anyway. They're all in a cluster. Ralph breaks one tackle. Sets it up. Good body height ball there. Good long ball. There's a man outside him. He's not going to need him. Gunts back inside to Evan. Evan breaks the tackle. Passes it. Oh, and that'll be a knock-on, I think. There's been no whistles yet. Dennis playing advantage there. But Souths have it, so they won't get it. We'll come back for that knock-on, I think. So, yeah. Ev breaks the tackle. I don't think anyone was expecting the pass, and it just goes in at knee height and bink. That sound effect was brought to you by Tom's repertoire of not having anything to say. You need two people to talk when there's a scrum forming. I can only get 20 seconds out of the replays. So uncontested scrum. At least one of our front row is a winger. Though he's making a fantastic front row today. Well done, Ralph. That's another lively pass. Now, this ought to be a try. Come on, we need another one. Oh! So, I think that'll be a penalty try for a high tackle. Let's go have a look at that while Dennis explains the rules. But either way, you got it down as far as I was concerned. Now, we just had the explanation and we've got the try. We have got the try. Scoreboard hasn't caught up. It could have been a penalty try. Roland thinks it might have been. So that was a high tackle, and there was no way he wasn't going to score for there. So either way, that is 5 points. Kick to come. Jimmy kicking pretty much straight into the wind, I think. Enough to make a Shore 650 sports boat go down the harbour quite nicely, which is what I'll be doing tomorrow afternoon. It's not nice, mate. It's a Shore 650. It's better than nice. I will, but I'm good for tomorrow. Ooh, dear. So, I had that as a penalty try for 5 points. I think that was a try, not just a penalty. Because I think with that score on the board, South would have tried to run it. So I'm going to go with my score, and we'll try and get you an update on what the real one is later. Like I said, we're probably in It's a South home game mode, so there'll be someone with a piece of paper and a pencil, unable to spell most of the team players' names, which is still one step up from me, who can't even name the team players' names. These days, I think the pencil has been replaced by an iPad, but that doesn't help the spelling. That's going to go dead. Chris Whitty there taps it down, despite the fact he's in fact warming up for A grade. South with the put in. Looks like Jimmy's gone to fly half. Kicks it right across field. Some aggressive rocking there, but they've still got it. Ref's got his arm out, just out of shot. Advantage to University. That won't find touch, so we'll probably come back for the original infringement. Yep. Good kick, even though it didn't find touch. So the A graders beginning to warm up. That one finds touch directly under where the touch judge was conveniently standing. They're very good at that. Psychic is the word. Over by the, we've been to the lawyers section of those advertising panels, and this is the drinks section of the panels. How you going? So I think that's perfectly reasonable angle for the ball to go at in B grade, especially when the wind's from that side of the pitch. There is a bit of breeze out there today from the left, and that's a lovely little kick into the Aussie signs section. Touch he gets there. Billy Arminstead thinks about taking it early. Still thinking about taking it early. There's only one person up, but Dennis doesn't feel like running. Don't blame him, it's hot out there. To be fair, I think the line out had sort of formed. There's taking it quickly, and there's taking it quickly 2 minutes later. So batted back. Ralph takes it in. Which team are you supporting?
The South Rabbitohs.
Yeah, good call. Another South supporter here. So the official scoreboard has decided, is probably watching me on YouTube, and has decided to go up to 12 for South as well. Doesn't mean it's like, oh dear. No, that went forward. I mean, he picked it up and dropped it, and then his mate knocked it on, and yeah, let's have a scrum. We'll have a replay of that, just because there's not much else to do when there's a scrum happening. So we're going to carry straight on with this game. I've had enough technical difficulties for one day. So at 4:30 we're expecting the A grade game to start. I can see the South team warming up. Southern end of the ground. Couple more supporters here.
He wants to talk.
No, he doesn't. I don't do much language, but I'm pretty sure that was I support South Darwin. Not much of a linguist, me. Can't even understand YOLO. Mind you, nor can anyone else. So we'll come back for penalty. High shot on a South player. Got 8 minutes to go. There's plenty of life left in this South team. They've got a lot to do, but they're in a good attacking position. They've got the put in. I think we've got time off. Official scoreboard doesn't think so. When I say official, we think this is a home game. We're all operating on limited staff. For instance, I don't have a commentator from the University Pirates. Good hands by Ralph there. Whoa. So that looked like he went smack straight in there. He's gone down. I think he's getting up again, but that was a hard hit. Ref's having a word. But yeah, South will get this as a penalty. We may have to... I may have to dump this replay and go to the main camera. So yeah, we're back to the live feed now. South have the ball. And they've lost it in the tackle. Whether it came off a shoulder or something, no signs from the ref yet. They're down. Not sure what that whistle's for. Try, maybe. Souths are going back. There's a word going on over there with the touchy. I probably should have gone to a replay then. I wasn't sure what happened. Yep, we've got a try. So South's up to 17 points. So I have the score at 17 with a kick to come. We had this last time. We were a little short-staffed today. We think this was meant to be a home game, but Warren Park's not ready yet. Jimmy lines up for the kick. And nope, not a flag in sight there. So we'll stay at what I think is 17:33. Scoreboard says 12:33. But we think there's a bunch of people multitasking today. Yep. The other scoreboard has caught me up. There's 5 minutes on my clock and just under 5 minutes on the official one. I think we've had a couple of stoppage times. I did one, but the other scoreboard keeper didn't. Mostly for Dennis to try and explain the rules, but it takes a while to explain the rules to B graders. Some of us don't want to know, partly for plausible deniability reasons. It's much easier to look innocent if you don't know what it was you did. Jimmy taps it over to himself, gets it back. Needs support, it's not there, kicks it again. He's had a run, let someone else do it. Chiefs up, put some pressure. That's going to go out on the bounce. Oh. So we've pulled the score back a fair bit here. Good play by South now. Only 3 minutes on the clock. 3.5. They've got a lot to do. So I don't think the South player who got his hand to the ball there was entirely on his feet, and Dennis agrees with me. Didn't happen very often when I used to play. And they're going to try and convert that into 3 points, and they won't be in a rush either. See if we can get that. Shame on whoever it was. Nah, missed it. So we're in the excitement of waiting for the kicking tee. Ref's looking at his watch. They're not going to burn 2 minutes on this, I don't think. Wind's behind him, so rain shouldn't be a problem. South's A graders warming up behind the posts. Might be a little off-putting. So Setter wasn't playing last week because he was standing around here avoiding being interviewed. So they've got 3 more points. I think that's probably it for Souths in the B grade. Let's hope we've worn their bench out enough before the A graders get on. So it looks like Setter's back in the A grade team. I can see Dallas, Vinnie Min, Boyley, Bryn, Hamish, Whitty, usual suspects. I think I saw a Jack Lawrence out there as well. South's last chance here, I think. It's been torn off them. That was South's last chance. 40 seconds on the clock. Suspect Dennis has a bit of not so much injury time as explaining time on the clock. Might have to do a bit more explaining at this rate. So the hoot has gone. I think this will be the last play of the game. Pirates all in. That went back. They've picked it up. Might have got knocked forward. Doesn't look like it. Yolo taking him on single-handed. Single Pirate taking all of South single-handed. Settled down to a more normal balance now. They're going to go left. That's come out to South. Evan Needham has it. Can't offload. Support gets there. Evan has it again. Makes good yards. Spinksy with the clean out. Chief has it. He's got a gap. Unfortunately, that's just because the line was set up very, very far back. Support gets there. So when I said it was South's last chance, this is probably South's last chance. They've got several phases together. Yolo with strong legs again. Will come back. Doesn't find space, but he drops it backwards. He's going to kick it out, and that may very well be the end of it. That's all, folks. Yeah, don't cut me off. So stick around. We're going to take a little break so that my voice has a chance to recover because, well, it's a bit dry here today. I'm on some warm, tepid water that's been sitting around my boat for a while. So I'm going to gargle some water and see if I can't find something a little bit more refreshing. And we'll be back with the A-grade game in about 5 minutes. Not made touch, and a very unlucky, well, very lucky bounce. I was about to say unlucky bounce, but no one's going to catch him from there, even at walking pace. And he's got pretty long legs, so I don't think he's going to need it. Well, that didn't go the way South wanted, or I wanted, if I'm honest. And the good news is he's probably knackered after all that run. Straight through the gap. Run man to beat. He falls over. Has he got the legs? He'll make the line, but will he get over it? Yes, he does. Nearly drops in the offload. Someone gets there. We've got a lot of people out there. Oh, Jimmy gets a hand to it. I mean, it'll just be the knock on. He was trying to grab it. Juggling with the edge. Welcome back. Looks like Souths are favouring the right-hand end. They just come on the field. The officials are just coming out. We should have this underway any time now. Pirates have gone back into their change room. They're all forming a tunnel onto the field, about 4 of them, for their team to come out. After which I'm sure they'll all be lining up here coming home with the commentary. You never know. The bar's closed. They might do. So there's the whistle to encourage them out. Yeah, I can see Marty there, my best chance of a commentator, looking very officious, telling people what to do down in the Pirates area. So if he's being official, that's why I won't be up here. So the South team on your screen there. Pretty much the same guys we've had most of the year. Captain with his back to us in number 1 jersey, Chris Whitty. Sweeney. Yeah, on the left hand side there we've got Sweeney. No, he's playing last week, wasn't he? Oh. Well, whoever it was I called Sweeney last week. Sorry. At the back there, looking towards us with the moustache, you got Vinny Min from Union Island. Rocco next to him. I think that's Dallas just then. A couple of guys I still don't know in there. Number 7, not sure who that is. Number 21 there, beyond him, that's Ev, who's just played B grade. Bit of discipline being inflicted on Hamish Riley there by the captain. Hamish in the difficult to tell, possibly number 6 jersey. No sign of the Pirates yet. Refs got bored and wandered off towards the touchy on the far side of the field. So, we just heard a shout from the Pirates changing room. South's captain's already out there, waiting for him. So Pirates playing downwind. We got a bit of breeze from the left. Souths will stick to the right hand side of the pitch. They were all stood in the shade. They've forgotten to do the... And yeah, they've decided they need a ball. Handy. So we don't appear to have... so we're in a bit of a limbo state today. We think this match has been rescheduled to here because the Souths couldn't have their home game because our ground, Warren Park, isn't ready yet. So that wasn't a kickoff. That was just a change of ball, despite the heckling coming from the Pirates side of the ground. So yeah, no ball, boys. Wrong ball. Now we'll get underway. There goes the whistle. Game on. That didn't go 10 metres, but Pirates have it anyway. So there's a bit of wind from that left-hand side. And it's not like he didn't have a warm-up kick, so... Pirates electing to kick it. Evan goes back for it, but that'll go to touch before he can get to it. A good bounce there, good kick. So South pinned way back in their own half. You can see that wind streaming on from the left on that flag, a little bit more than we had last week. From the north. Good old-fashioned dry season sea breeze. Yesterday it was hot and sticky and wet seasonish and rained on me. In May. It rained on me in May. I may not mean much to you Southerners, but we don't expect to get wet in May, June, July or August. And probably not till halfway through September. Well, we get wet all the time, but we jump in anything that hasn't got a crocodile in it. But we don't expect to get wet from above. So, what can I say? I've been going since B grade. It's a scrum. It's the first one of the game. They always take a bit of while. Whilst the various teams remember how to set themselves, and the ref tries to assert his authority, as do the front row usually. And that's going out on the full. But we've come back to whatever it was happened before. Whatever it was. It was Rocco who was infringed, whatever it was. I much prefer these earlier games. You get much better video quality. Those lights are difficult. No, it's good. It's the evening games. Well, look at some of them back. You'll notice that the camera really struggles to get enough light when we're under lights. It's not so bad here, but the ones I've tried to do out at Malden Oval and things, they've been really struggling. If you'd like to give me $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 worth of decent, a much better camera, I would love it. But I have an expensive boat to run and rent to pay and stuff like that. I'm not going to get anything off 9News because I trolled them quite badly last week, and they put up on their news feed a lovely clip of one of the South guys tripping over and dropping the ball, which might have been my fault. I'll be nice to 9News if they show up today. Don't think they will. Only the South game here. The other will be at home games for other teams. Looking forward to next week, back out at South's ground, at Warren Park. Vinny Min gets a boot to it. Pirates number 14 steps, looked good right up until he dropped it. Jake Ranger doesn't quite make it through. Good aggressive rugby here from both sides. Setter has it. Rocco has it. Evan has it. He's got a long way to go. He uploads it. There's no one there. Went back. Back again. Widdy, the captain, takes it in, settles it down. His support's there. Not sure about that, but the kick came off beautifully. It's gone well halfway to the try line in a lovely little roll. And the one back goes straight into touch. He's inside his 22, but yeah, that looks like a good attacking position to South to me. Big hit on Sweeney there, but he carries on, makes a few more yards. Some really big tackles being put in there by the University. South just running into them, making the ground. Now, that's a high shot on Sweeney, come back onto the 22. Yeah, some big fellas on that Pirates team. And there was some flat out runs then as well. So Billy Byrne will put this over the side. About 10 metres out. We have another good attacking position for South, this time on this side of the field. That ball's going to be coming in and out of the shade and in and out of the sun. Probably not as nice a place to catch it as the other side. Pirates have a very good line out. Watch Wise go up somewhere in the middle there. So that didn't go the way they intended. That's gone straight out, but it's a good kick. And we'll try that again 10 metres further back. So I'm not sure where that was supposed to go. So much quicker this time. Billy gets his hands to it. Unfortunately, that was a knock on. I think the only time it went forward was off a Pirate hand that I saw at any rate. Yep. Ref agrees with me. He's got his arm out. South select to run it. Setter makes it one way. Rocco goes the other. Vinny twists and carries on. Still carrying on. Steps again. Doesn't know what to do with it. Finds his support. They all finally decide to tackle the support player. Jake breaks the tackle just in time to pass it. There's space out there. If everyone can get it, he can still score from there. No. Souths are all over it here. They don't know what to do with it. They can't understand why they haven't scored by now. I can't understand why they haven't scored by now. That went forward, I think. Yep. So there were all sorts of people with overlaps and space. Pirates were in a mess. And South still managed not to score there. And I managed not to do a replay there, and I'm not quite sure why. Well, the good news is next time there'll be a replay. So there were any number of opportunities for South to score there. The fact that I don't have a replay of it ain't going to bother any of them. But Pirates very lucky, if you ask me. At one stage there was a huge gap on the outside and 3 players out there. There were all sorts of missed tackles, and I mean, Jake Ranger had the ball, was free and clear. They get a bit of luck there as well. Went out on the bounce. I think we've got some, I think number 15's coming on for Pirates. When the Pirates commentator gets here, we'll tell you who that is. No, we won't, because we haven't got a Pirates commentator. So much better line out by South there. Unfortunately, nobody knew who that pass was for, and no one took ownership of recovering it. Dallas cleans it up. Bit of chat in the back line this time. Said it's going to kick it. Nice kick, finds space. Takes a while to roll to the... That's not going to go out. It's going to go a long way. Whether it'll go dead, it's going to go out in touch, I think. Everyone's not bothered to chase it, and out it goes. No score here. Several opportunities missed within about a minute of each other for South, I would have said. Good hard tackling before that from Pirates. And that scrum never really got going. Looked like it was the Pirates side that went down first. So South set up pretty flat. Jake Ranger hanging around in the shade of the stand on this side of the ground. Setter at fly half. Vinny in the centres. Rocco. That's gone down again. So Dallas got a man outside him. Jake, unfortunately, doesn't get a hand to it. Dallas is still down from his tackle and saves that from being a runaway try. Instead, we'll have the scrum again. See if my replay function works. No, it doesn't, because I wasn't running a replay buffer. We'll try that again next time. So if South can get a bit of a drive on here, I don't think that Pirates scrum has been terribly settled yet. A bit better that time. That whistle wasn't us. I don't know where it came from. Well taken by Jake Ranger. Throws it infield. Souths are going to counter-attack. Rocco has Evan outside him. Ooh! That was one hell of a hit. That offload has ended up with Evan, who caught it literally diving to the floor. Souths have got it back. That went all over the place. So South still have the ball, but they're just losing ground. We'll come back for that one. Yeah, Widdy, I'm not sure what you did there, mate, but that went all over the place. So Billy out the back. And Widdy, he doesn't see where it goes at all. He goes right round, 360. Sorry, Widdy. I finally fixed my replay buffer just in time for that. So we'll come back for the scrum after Widdy's knock on. Well, knock up, round. Yeah, I think all he saw was the shadow there. So Jake's going back to that. Knocks it on, I think. Might have gone back. No, ref's blown up. He was travelling so fast backwards, I thought for a second he might have got away with that. But, yeah, just rolled down his front. So Pirates looking to keep it in the forwards. Someone's lost a shoe there. There's a yellow one kicking around. He breaks through. And he's going to score. Right under the posts. So he got to the line. Jake got there, but he didn't get a grab on him. It's been a while since I've played against Pirates. They got BLK kit. I don't think it's quite as slippery as the Tsunami stuff that the South have had for the last few years. Certainly used to be BLK for the Pirates. I noticed once I had to play a game, well, I not had to, we were short and Dragons forfeited, and I was playing in a Dragons shirt, and I realised just how slippery those South shirts can be. Grabbing onto a shirt is tricky these days. There's the other two. Difficult to miss with the wind right behind you. So I thought there were several chances for South to score, but it's Pirates who got the first one on the board there. Defence was there, just couldn't get a handle on him. Slipped through. That kick's gone a long, long way. In fact, it's going to go out. It didn't go out in touch. It has gone out in touch. Sorry, I couldn't see the line from here. Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of wind behind it as well. No way anyone's going to chase that down. So Dallas just let it go out. And we'll come all the way back. Might take a while. Just because Dallas kicks it and the ball finally gets back here. Yeah, that was a huge kick with some serious bounce with the wind behind it. So that's all over the place, but it comes out South's way eventually. I think everyone in the scrum had given up trying to work out what's happening there. There's some lovely angles being run there. Doesn't fool Pirates. Vinny Min collected. Billy has to get his boot in there and roll it back past the support players. That was considered forward. I think that was, yeah, we've had some other pretty flat balls lately, but that was flat. We're going to come all the way back over here, I think. Okay, no, we've come back for an offside. So that was forward, but we've come back for the original. So South will have the penalty anyway. Over on this side of the field. Billy to put it into touch. Which he does. Now we've had, this is the third attacking line out that Souths have had near the Pirates line. Haven't made anything of the last two. Need to get some points on the board here. The territory's working for them again. They've had plenty of possession. They've had some good runs. But they haven't translated into points yet. Backs are all set up. Jake Ranger a little bit behind the rest of them. So several hands touched that. Didn't deviate it much. Setter pops it up. So I think that was Sweeney. Can't see. That was a horrible pass, but that's a better one. So that first whistle came from somewhere. I don't know where. Not here. He's going to have a word with Dennis. And a rest. So it's warm out there. Well, when is it cold in Darwin? So he's called the captains over. Now Dennis tried explaining the rules to B grade. No good explaining rules to B graders. We don't want to know. These two captains have been around a bit. They do know. But they're asking questions anyway. Must have been important because he actually passed it on to his team. Doesn't always happen. Either that or he thinks the ref's serious. So is this going to be a souse put in? It's been so long ago I've forgotten. I probably should have had the time off then. I've got a scrum. I can fix the time while I'm doing the scrum. So yeah, I didn't do a time off then, and the proper scoreboard did. And Pirates got the penalty there. That scrum went right round. So the first two scrums were never really happened because Pirates just went down, and they got a drive on then, and South's in a whole world of trouble. Some of them haven't got up yet. It's not nice when that happens to you in a scrum. We got medical coming on. Holding his wrist. Looks like he's going to stay on. Long walk home. That's a nice little kick. Gone out just on the halfway line. The soft drinks section of the advertising hoardings. There's a couple of gaps in there. If you want your name, contact NT Rugby Union. So some more great works by South's backs. They haven't found a way through yet this game. You think it's inevitable they will. Probably not through there. Vinny takes it in. His support's there. Now, there was no knock on there that I saw. That was a kick followed by a bounce followed by... that's not gone out. Ev's going back for it. It's gone back again. Setter has plenty of space and plenty of time. It's going to run out on him if he doesn't kick soon. And he just chips it over the top. Straight to a Pirates player. Nearly makes the tackle. Rocco does, but yeah, that's going to be another try, I think. No, Ev misses the tackle. And he nearly gets over the dead ball, but yeah, no, that did not go well. So off the post there. Despite some solid South possession and some solid South territory, Pirates are now up by 2 tries. That one avoidable. Saddler was under some pressure. He got the kick away, but he just chipped it, and he probably should have just punted it long, because he sent it straight to the man who's caused the score. Kicks into a nice bit of space there, though. Souths have it again. Jake Ranger breaks through one tackle. There's plenty of South players out there and not a lot of Uni Pirates out there. Again, the ball goes down and goes scrappy. Ref calls a knock on. So, Pirates line out, usually very good. 5 metres off the South try line. Could be another score here. Scrappy, and Wise just jumps through and puts that down. Oh, someone's kicked it away in anger. There's a bit of frustration building up there, I think. South just lost it from the other end of the pitch. They've looked very strong. There's been a few balls that went to ground, and there's been a few confusions and where they were scoring opportunities, and now they're down by 17 points with a kick to come. So there's a bit more breeze than we've had lately, pretty much straight from the left hand side of the pitch. Plenty of goals kicked from this range in B grade. Yep, that wind's carrying that back. So, I'm not the world's greatest expert on remembering this, but I can't think of a time when Souths were down by 19 points before this season. Can you, Roland? I'm not convinced that the game will be over at this point. I think it's quite surprising that Souths haven't scored. Just need to convert a few of those opportunities into actual points. Their defence this year has usually been very, very good, and it's not today. I mean, I think we'll get a penalty there. Yeah, Rocco didn't grab on there. That'll be what that's about, and he's getting pulled out by the ref for it. He was going at full chat, and it wasn't clear which of the two had the ball. Yeah, I think he could have probably avoided that a bit more, or there's no problem with the penalty, but sorry about the noise. That'll be the ball bouncing down the roof. There's some nice big gutters on the back of that roof. Yep, that didn't come back down. Judging by the first ball being rejected. Oh. Bounced again. Anyway. Oh, yeah. You see, South had a lovely move set up there. They were just about to break the line, and they've knocked it on again. It's unfortunate. A couple of those moves had come off, and this scoreboard would look very, very different. So I hope for a better scrum from South here this time. Yeah. That just went straight down like the first two. Pirates sitting on a comfortable lead here. Plenty of life in the South. Few too many knock-ons. Few missed chances. That's a good kick and a good bounce. Bryn gets it away though. Dallas just chips it. He's brought his men on side, but he can't get to the ball. There's another little chip. That's going to go... I thought that was going out, but no. Just the shadows. So Souths have got away with running it out of situations like this so many times. I think they're going to get the penalty that time. Yep, they do. Now, if they can string a few phases together and not have a knock-on, we'll have a score, but they haven't managed to do that yet. Without the ball boys, someone's going to have to go and get that. The other ball's on the roof. So, yeah, normally we have ball boys at Rugby Park. We don't have them today because we think this is a replacement for a South's home game. Warren Park not being ready. We will be playing at home next week. Come and join us there. Chris Swiddy, the captain there, taking the ball in. See if South can keep this going. And there's the break. Keep the ball, just go all the way. He doesn't quite make it. He's up again. Ref doesn't think that was fair though. No, not releasing it. I don't think he was held. There's some rather sarcastic applause coming from the things. Anyway, another chance that South didn't quite get. And there he is. He's not really held in any of those tackles. And he gets back up again. And then there's a penalty. Yeah, I think that was a bit harsh and a bit unlucky for South. And that's going up on the roof. Oh, not quite. So I'm expecting South to score. I thought they were going to do it then. Bit of bad luck in there as well. So Hamish got a hand to that. I'm not quite sure. I think Wise is being sarcastic there. The only person I know in the Pirates team. I don't think that went as planned. It certainly didn't now, because Vinny has it. Hamish goes to ground. Clean out comes. Vinny got that at the very edge of being able to stay on his feet. Then he stays on his feet for a while. Setter has it. Goes out to Jake Ranger. Picks it up on the second one. He's going to get bundled into touch. He does. If he'd got those hands on that, that would have been another score. But he got it there eventually, just in time to be lumped into touch. So Pirates are going to have a chat here. Make sure their line out goes a bit smoother than the last one did. Pirates line out normally very solid. So Brad Hunt, South's coach, playing. He's the one doing the talking right now. Face to us. Can't see his jersey number. Captain's off to his left. Bryn Templeman in number 2 opposite him. That's Brad talking now with the hand movements. I suspect he'll be saying, settle it down. No wild passes. There's one or two too many handling errors going on out there right now. And several of those handling errors were clear tries that got given away. Now we've got all in here. South assuming it's going somewhere near the front. It is going near the front. It wasn't good, but it goes back anyway. And, well, South will be happy with that. Good field position. 7 seconds on the clock, the official one. Mine's close enough. So here comes the hooter. See if South can get a score in before half time. Not like that, they won't. Well, so that was a bit of a disappointing half for South. There's no one here to lord it over them for the Pirates team, which is Pirates' fault for not sending a commentator. So you just got me again. We'll show what little highlights we've got for that. Which, because I missed the first two, because I haven't got the highlight feature turned on. So choosing the ball. Ball has been chosen. Probably wasn't the tsunami one. So that's not a good start. Already not a good game for Souths. Down 19-0. They've had plenty of possession. They've had plenty of chances. They've had a few too many handling errors, some bad luck, and a few breakaway tries, and they're in trouble again. And Dallas, yep, nice work there, Dallas. Not a good position, but so if you're just joining us, that wind is coming from that end of the pitch, from the left-hand side. There's a bit of wind to it, so maybe a bit of downwind will help South out in the second half. They've got a lot to do, especially if they don't recover from this. So it's ended up in South's hands and then in touch. I think there was a knock-on in there somewhere. I don't see how there couldn't be. Yep. Nope. We've gone to the line out. So 3 forward passes and a knock-on equals a line out. Not a very good one, but it doesn't have to be. He nearly makes it through, but good tackle by whoever it was who got his legs out from under him. No way through there either. So South have defended from this sort of position before, but they're not having much of it today. There's some appeals there by the ref. Yeah. They're going to kick that. No, they're not. They're going to have a scrum. Shouldn't listen to me. What do I know? So we've had mixed bag of scrums here. No major drives. One big wheel. They've got the drive on this time. Good simple passing there. South might want a lesson from that. We've had a few wild ones that if they'd come off would have been easy tries, but they didn't, so we haven't got any. Aggressive counter-rucking there. Pirates still have it. I think he tackled himself, that fella. Ref's got his arm out. And he field goals it. Well, didn't see that one coming. Is that how much is a field goal? It's been a while since I did one of them. Huh? Yeah, well, it doesn't happen very often. We had the proper rugby union stuff earlier when the ball fell off the kicking tee and all the normal excitement you get with union. Yeah, thank you to presumably 9 News there, who know how to score a rugby union game and I don't. So Setter sends that quite deep. Pirates content to send that out. Just on the halfway line. Bloomin' good kick. Into the wind. Alright. We need... A couple of weeks ago, South put phase after phase together. It's my feeling, the way they've been getting through the Pirates line and going, that they don't need to do phase after phase after phase, but they do need a few more than they've got today. And that line out will not help. And Wise offloads it. That chip's not going anywhere. Bounce is lucky. Jake Ranger's got it. Managed to get a hand on it. Presumably this will be a... Alright, I didn't see whatever caused that. Looks like a shoulder charge. Now, with that breeze, that's going to be difficult to kick. But if you've got a big lead... He's indicating his kicking tee runner to hurry up, and the bloke who's running it looks like he's had a heavy game of B grade, doesn't want to hurry. Good kick, though. So that's another 6 points they've put in as many minutes. I mean, 25-0 against South. You'd have got good odds from a bookie on that this morning, I reckon. So I think South can still win this. They need to play with the same verve they did in the first half, and they need it to come off. Now, they've got the field position again. That whistle's somewhere else, not here. That'll come back. They've got the numbers out this side. It's 2 phases. I think that was a mistake, but it came off. Vinny was there to clear it up. Bryn Templeman makes another good run. Brad Hunt, coach, takes it in. Now we've got a series together here. That's gone down on the ground. Rocco breaks the tackle. He might make it. He really has to make it. We need a try. Yes, finally we get one. So, how many phases was that? We haven't had that many phases this game, have we? That's what it should have looked like, and that's not what it's looked like so far. So, South's finally on the board after 50 minutes. So, if we manage to string that many phases together even twice in the first half, that scoreboard would be evens now, not long way behind. But the wind's slowly beginning to drop off. Make life a bit easy for Jake because it's quite a long kick. Light northerly here today. Bodes well for my sailing tomorrow afternoon. Is this kind of wind good for sailing? No, not enough of it, but the early afternoon stuff would have been. I've got quite a light crew tomorrow. So just the 5 points to South there, but a few more phases strung together like that. few more handling errors like that from University would help and all. So Whitty calls for it, knocks it on. Pirates number 3, still on his feet. Ref probably playing advantage. Throwing the ball around like South there. Comes off for them though. So the way I judge rugby league games is all the distance made, and well, Souths were making it properly. There were lots of good runs and lots of good bits of forwards, and Pirates have got the ball still, but they're not making any progress forward. That'll be a penalty against South for not rolling away. Yes, it is. I'm not entirely certain that's what I would have given the penalty for, but it was looking a bit messy in there. You can expect that. That's kickable. I've got a medic for Pirates coming on. They've put it into the corner anyway. Both sides have had a fairly scrappy line out, and that sun's going to be just probably popping through the through Alan's flag there on the touchline. So clean line out this time. Good switch. Good low tackle there. By someone I don't know. Oh, sorry, by Brad. Right. Serious bit of a drive on there. South will have that. They have, and then they knock it on. Really isn't South's day out here today. They've knocked it on, so we've got a knock on each way. Souths have the ball again, I think. We'll see which way this comes out. They're a bit more ready for it this time. And Setter runs through them. He's got plenty of support. Rocco's asking for it. Rocco's got it. Setter's got it back. Kicks it over the side. It's gone dead. So I was just chatting with the lady from 9 News there about South's tendency to run it off their own try line, which is a bit cheeky, and that's exactly what they've done again, and it very nearly came off for them. So I think that Pirates score is looking quite chaseable right now. A bit of luck South's way, which they haven't had this game, and that would have been a score. No one wants a 22-yard dropout anyway. So that's takeable. Bryn takes it. Managed to set himself up for a leg drive. This sun is now reflecting on my screen. I can't see anything. Vinny does a bit of dodging, makes a bit of ground. Chris Whitty, the captain, well taken down. Next pick and drive just carries on going. He needs some support. He gets there. They'll go again. Settling it down. There goes Whitty again. I think that's Brad supporting him. Doesn't go anywhere this time, but it's coming back. So Settler will be hard to stop from there, and I don't think he was stopped. So all those phases that didn't come off in the first half, there was plenty of simple textbook schoolboy rugby in there, and it worked for him. A Jake Ranger setting up for the kick. Light wind right behind him. I sound like a golfist. Don't do golf. Played 3 games in my life. One was after the grand final 2 years ago with this mob. That was a good day. And that's another 2. So South's not back in this yet, but looking much, much stronger than they were. Both those tries were on the back of some relentless phase after phase of forwards work. Hopefully they've settled down, do a few more of them. So Yolo Williams is on for South in a number 20 jersey. Oh, and we're back to the handling errors. University will be looking to put some more points on here. They'll be worried about that scoreboard. They've seen how fast it's changing. There's calls of offside, but they're probably from the sidelines in the black and white. They still think they're offside. Refs having none of it. That was some lousy tackling there. Unless he's got that leg greasy stuff on. I'm a B grade player. Good old fashioned hairy legs. And since I played rugby in the north of England, mud usually as well. There's a callback for that. My guess is there was a knock on in there and someone got a boot to it because it was scrappy. So yeah, Souths get the put in. I didn't see that, but you get the impression a kick like that is just because you drop the ball, you're trying to cover for it. Subtle. Fooled me. So Yolo will be, I was going to say he'll be second row, but it looks like he's number 8. Had a great game in B grade. That's not a very great scrum. It's gone 90. Just waiting for the reset. That Pirate scrum's looking more and more dominant. Souths need to get that out, and they've got the penalty anyway. So I think Billy got the kick away, and it just went straight into somebody who unbound already when he shouldn't have. There was a good thunk in there that probably wasn't audible. Don't put it on the roof. Don't put it on the roof. Good kick. Alan from Swamp Dogs trying to hold his headphone in. He can't hear me from here, thank God. So that didn't go as planned, but it works. Vinny's still not put down. He is now. Billy to Bryn Templeman. Now, the forwards didn't get around that time, so it takes a while for support to get there. It's there now, but someone was hanging on, got there too late. So yeah, there was a big pack set up on this side of the field, and the ball went that way, and yeah, didn't release the ball. Pirates showing no sign of hurry. They're amazing, those touchies. They're always in exactly the right place. Brilliant work there. So Pirates send it. Goes back. Dallas recovers. He's somewhat isolated. Fights him off once. Some support gets there. Vinny clears it. Not trying to run it off his own touchline this time. It's a good kick. South's under a great deal of pressure there. Got away with it. Still under pressure. Pirates line out, doesn't make many mistakes. Made a few today. Been a lot of batting back. It hasn't exactly been neat. So Pirates playing the conventional game again. We've got an overlap. Bryn's there. Misses the tackle. Winnie finishes it off. They knock it on. South knock it on. Ref's got his arm out in favour of Pirates, which I would have said were the first knock on, but aggressive line speed from Setter there. Good tackle. Pirates still waiting for the original knock on. But I think the first knock on came from Pirates and the second one came from Souths, which is... But sometimes you got to go with these things. Also, I'm wearing a red and green shirt. I could ask the cameraman, but he's probably biased as well, because he's not wearing a red and green shirt, but I know he's got one at home. We brought a Pirates player along. They're invisible and inaudible. So a much more solid scrum by South there. Pirates still have it. Rocco brings him down eventually. Not pretty, but it works. That's possibly gone forward. Ref wasn't sure either. It went pretty much straight. Souths have it anyway. Then they knock it on, or it went back. Ref gets bumped round a little bit. That's a mess or a maul. Souths will have that, I think. No. So, I think that could have gone either way, even in my red and green shirt. The camera has a mic on it, by the way, Roland. It's turned down a lot, but it's there for background purposes. So, opinions being expressed by our cameraman there. 9 News is apparently supporting Pirates, so at least that balances the equation. You can catch that probably 6. Huh? Oh dear. Oh, sorry. So we've got one south. We've got one south, and the cameraman for, but the cameraman for 9 News is a pirate. No, Jimmy, yeah, he likes that sort of thing, and he likes writing it up. He's the one that taught me into doing this. So, yeah. He's always got a visor on. He likes them, I don't, because I'm going bald. But sorry, we're talking about Jimmy DeDassel here, the South's president. Yeah. There's been a fair few stories out of JJ's over the years. When he first, I know Jimmy go way back. When he first started his hire car company, someone took one of his cars on a hire, and he got a phone call from Catherine. Going, yeah, they left without pay. And he goes, sorry, not much I can do about it. It's a hire car. And then he gets another call from Tennant and another from Alice. And eventually, someone said, we found your car in a private ad in Melbourne for sale. And these guys left a string of unpaid bills all the way up the Stuart Highway and taken his hire car all the way to Melbourne. It's not recorded how it came back. It was on the fridge of JJ's for years, but this is 10 years ago plus now. So there you go, a bit of JJ's car hire trivia. Jimmy's done a lot of commentary up here. If I carry on talking about him, maybe he'll come and do some more. Wise Saratoga has a good run there. South pushed back there. Again, not sure what that penalty was for. That'll be a try. If it is, it's a double movement. That's a double movement. That's not a try by my book. We'll go have a look at it. Ref's agreeing with me for once. No, he's not. So, I thought double movements weren't allowed. So, we'll go and have a look at that. Oh well, you tell me later. I've got bright sunshine on my screen. I can't see anything. And Roland wasn't looking either. So you'll have to take my word for it. He was brought down about 2 foot from the try line. He got up to his knees. He crawled forward and he put the ball down. So I say that's double movement. And no one's going to argue with me because Roland missed it. Probably for the same reason I did, that he's got a reflection on the screen of his camera and can't see anything. Well, if that comes out on 9 News later, we'll have a look at it then, but we missed it. The scoreboard hasn't been updated yet either, but we're assuming it's going to be. And there's the other two. So there's about 11 minutes on the official clock. I can't even read my screen right now. Mine's a little lower than that. I must have missed some stoppages. The sun, as you can see, is right behind the stadium here, which means it's shining on my screen. I can't see anything. It's shining on Roland's screen some of the time as well, so that's probably why we didn't get that try for you. I'm not sure it's a try anyway. Double movement looked like to me. Opinions will differ depending on shirt colour. Now, when Souths have been playing the way we know they can, they've scored pretty conclusively and pretty fast, and they've missed a few chances, but they're leaving it a bit late to get 20 points. They need 3 converted tries to win in 10 minutes. That doesn't happen very often. So, Brad Hunt coming on. Is that Spinksy in the 23? Probably Spinksy. The main way you spot Spinksy is he's ginger, and he's wearing a hat. I can't tell. So yeah, some detail there about the South players, the ones I know. Bit short on Pirates names. If you want to be the Pirates commentator, I'll see you up here next time we play. Still could go either way. There's not enough South hands in there. South took it in. May never come out. If it doesn't come out, it'll be a university ball. It's looking like a university ball anyway. It's gone to ground. So, scrum, university put in. For once I saw that coming, and there's the smug bloke who was hanging on to it all the time. It's not often I get a call right. I'll have to lap this one up for a bit, sorry. That was a big push by Souths. The ball gets away. The bounce is awful. South's luck today has been along those lines. Dallas takes into contact. Jake looks, goes, twists, makes ground, gets advantage. Ref had his arm out on the South side there. That was very, 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 very flat, or forward as it's otherwise known. If you're not a South supporter, Vinny Min is going to be hard to stop from there. He's got 2 people. He almost makes the line. The ball's out. I think that was Hamish Riley. He got his arm to it. Support's there. They're over the line. It's anyone's guess whether it's down or not. Held up, says the ref. Rather desultory cheers from the Pirates there. But cheers nonetheless. I should point out that that's mostly their changing area. The stand's quite empty today, but that's not particularly surprising where South is concerned. They prefer to lurk on the touchline and look suspicious. So, 6 minutes left on the clock. South need to score to stay in this. There's probably a little bit more time than we think there usually is in these A-grade games. My score is somewhat messed up, and to be able to see what's going on, I've had to stand up and move away from the laptop so it's staying that way. If you want to come and correct my scoreboard, I can teach you how to do it. There won't be a scoreboard because I'll be doing this from the roof of a Land Cruiser next week at Warren Park. Assuming I can get a Land Cruiser into Warren Park, who knows? So I think there has to be time off at this point. The clocks are all still running. Should add an air of mystery to a game that isn't close. But yeah, South's had a very good chance there and they made it over the line. Good hold up, good defence. So their last scrum put a really big push on. Now, it hasn't been dominant. Pirates have managed to wheel it a couple of times, but Pirates collapsed a couple of times as well. And if Souths get a drive on like that, they'll go straight through those posts and over the line. To be honest, with a scrum in that position, the posts are a problem. There's a solid scrum, but no drive. Setter. Twists, turns, pulled up. On the line, he's not pulled up on the line, he's made it. So, 4 minutes to go. Another 5 points for South, 5 kickable points. And that's an easy 2 points. Nicely done, Jakey. I think I overshot then, didn't I? The official scoreboard still says 12. I say 19. Roland usually knows his stuff. Not getting the hint. Pirates are confident. 2 minutes on the clock. 13-point lead, I probably would be. And they bat that back and they've got the ball. Wisely goes to ground there. Saves him being bundled into touch. Now, I think there's considerably more than 2 minutes left on the real clock. Sorry, on the official scoreboard clock didn't stop for about 3 minutes there, so I'm guessing there's quite a lot of time still on the clock, probably in excess of 5 minutes. Jake Ranger takes that. So flat, he was probably behind the kicker. Refs doesn't see any problem with it. Pirates try and steal it. Billy Byrne makes it through. He's got some people outside him. He's got about 3 of them. South could still score here. Rocco can break that tackle. He can't. Ball goes back. And I think there was some overzealous defence there by the Pirates. And South, surprisingly, with 1 minute 20 on the clock, go for it straight away. They're held up. There's another penalty. Don't think Pirates are going to mind too much at this point. We've probably got time off there. My clock's expired. 1 minute on the scoreboard. Penalty. That was penalty try. Oh, sorry. It's lucky our cameraman can see better than me. He's got a zoom lens. Well, there's 35 seconds on the official clock, and probably a little bit more. Jake Rangers to kick this. If he can get this in before the time limit or before the ref blows up, we'll have a restart. Souths are, I think, technically in this game. I think they probably need this conversion. So if they get this conversion, they'll be on 26, which brings them within a converted try of victory. Late stage, there goes the hooter. Late stage to be talking about victory now. I think there was some stoppages that didn't get included in that clock. It's got the distance, but it's not over. So I think that was probably the coffin nail for South there. They'll probably get a restart, but they're more than 7 points behind. So that main scoreboard, official one's caught up with where I am, which is 24-32. Claxon's gone. I think there'll be 2 or 3 minutes still on the clock. Souths have the ball this time. First kickoff they've won in a while. We know they've got the legs. Well, I know they've got the legs. I'm biased. There's no one here from Pirates to argue with me. Hint. And that was the end of the game for Souths right there. I'm not sure if that was a knock-on or an intercept or a rip or a combination of all three, but whatever it was, Pirates will just slow it down here. And there'll be a penalty in there if someone doesn't release it. South seriously still in this game. They're putting up every fight they can. Now, that's not gone out. He's released the ball. Looked all good to me. Ref doesn't look bothered. He's not going to kick that. He's going to run it. South don't have a choice at this point. That was very flat. Jake Ranger caught, gets it away. Need to get some people there to keep possession. They do. And they've got a penalty, so this will go a bit longer. Rocco tries to find a gap. Tried to find a gap twice. We'll come back for the original penalty, I think. Though there might be a high shot in there as well. We'll have a look while we're waiting. So we're having a chat here. So there's Rocco. Oh yeah, that was very optimistic arm flung out there. No cards. We're back with a live feed. Brad, the coach, has it. Spins. Makes good ground. There's a lot of arms in there. Double medal winner, Boyley takes it in. Pirates know this is on the line and they can still go against them. That was shocking. But Souths have the penalty. Oh, it's still alive here. 9 News have gone home. They might regret that now. That's a knock-on, plain and simple. Well, that was forward, plain and simple. The ref's having as much fun in this game as I am, I reckon. They've sent it out. That's all, folks. Well, that's the first time I think this year Souths have been turned over. We lost yet, Roland? We lost to Palmy and all. How did we lose to Palmy? All right. Must have been a bad day. So, yeah. Some would have said there was no coming back from that. A little bit more luck and South would have had that, but that was an excellent finish to a game. There should be another good game next week. We will be live from probably the roof of my car back at Warren Park. I urge you all to come along to Warren Park. I haven't seen it yet. I can't tell you anything about it. I'm going to get packed up now while there's a bit of light and go look, check the place out. I don't even know which field we're playing on. Hopefully it's marked out by now and I can work it out from the markings. But a big thank you to Roland there. And I would pass you over to our Pirates commentator, but he's still not here. So if you're from Pirates and you wonder why there was some slightly biased commentary, well, you need to send someone up here. Preferably someone who knows some of the people on your team, because I don't. I know Wise, and that's about it. So we're going to leave you there with a very, very tight game, decided in the last few seconds. Some great runs in there, some mistakes, but some great pressure and some, South Uni have chances, and Uni took those chances. We'll see you all next week for the South's home game at Warren Park.